Be the first in the room, win a prize. Okay, I just kind of noticed that we went live. I knew you're going to be the first one. You won a prize, girl.
Awesome.
You won a prize for being first in the room. Is this better? Hi, Olivia.
Is this better, Olivia?
Wait for people to trickle in. You won a prize for being first in the room. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You got some awesome music, babe. This good. This good. Just hang out, girl, till a couple more people come in the room, and then we'll get started. We're going to play games. So who knows what you might win.
Play a paranormal game?
Maybe we'll play a paranormal game.
Who got ghosted?
Who got ghosted? He's cuckoo.
Nope. I got all my nuts and bolts in one basket.
Wish I had something to drink.
Put down the vodka.
This is a family-friendly show. This is not vodka. It is called
Water.
water.
That's what you think.
It's not. It's water.
Whoever else is watching, please comment. Say hi.
Say hi.
Hope everyone's having a great evening.
We're the Psychics of Q2 Paranormal. Psychic 1 and Psychic 2.
No.
We're going to play some games. Who else is in the room? You don't see this side of us very often.
Usually just see the crystal side.
Mm-hmm. Michaela!
Hey, lady.
Could you help us invite people from the Crystals group? Because you know, Facebook retarded.
Tonight we're going to do paranormal stuff.
We're going to do paranormal stuff tonight.
We want you guys to interact, comment, answer questions.
We're going to play games. We got gift certificates ready to use. Get them out here. You see that? We got them ready to go. Olivia already won one. She was the first in the room, and I knew she was going to be first in the room because I'm psychic.
Everyone have a good Thanksgiving. Hi, John. Is this better for you?
Is this better? Please say yes. Well, we got commercials. We're giving out gift certificates tonight, everybody. We're playing games. Hopefully this video quality is better. So if someone could just comment and let us know. Can you hear me all right? Can you hear Chris? Oh, good. Awesome.
Hopefully we got it figured out.
We have to say that we do not own the rights, nor does Facebook, to this song. We are the Psychics of Q2 Paranormal. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly.
Can everyone hear me all right? Everybody says I'm soft-spoken.
We're going to get into some ghost stuff. I think Kim and Michaela watched our live where we were under sensory deprivation.
Sensory deprivation's fun.
I think they were grilling the murderer pretty hardcore. if I remember correctly.
They had me all disoriented. I come out of it feeling like I was on a different planet.
You always feel that way.
No, not like that. I didn't want to get up.
I thought it was you and Michaela. You were grilling that guy pretty hard.
We caught some really good evidence.
Yes. Turns out there's lots of bodies there. Lots of women and some children who were murdered by him. And we were in Clarksburg. All this happened in Clarksburg.
Yes. In the industrial area.
Yes, in the industrial area of Clarksburg. In the what year was it? Like the...
Which year was what?
It had happened. The 19...
Mm-hmm. It was in the 1930s.
1930s this happened in Clarksburg. And his name was... Bluebeard, I think, was one of his names.
Yeah, that was one of his AKAs. His name was,
just a little bit.
Harry Powers.
Harry Powers was his name, and he went by Bluebeard, and I think we said that in our sensory deprivation. What was his other name?
I don't know how you pronounce his name from Holland. Herman something.
Herman. I know we both said Herman, and I don't know if you guys knew what was going on in the sensory deprivation, but what was going on is we had white noise playing in our ears, in our earbuds, and we had blindfolds on our eyes, so we could not hear or see anything. So what we were answering, we had no idea what we were just saying, what was coming to our minds, and it turns out we were answering questions to everybody. So that's what was going on in the sensory deprivation, if you guys didn't already know, if Terry didn't explain it to you. It's pretty cool to do. Tonight we're doing the paranormal side of Q2, not the crystals. We're not going to be having a live crystals for probably another week, because we're going to film our show this week.
Yes.
On the Haunt. We're going to be on a tour bus. We're going to be hopping from city to city, filming the show.
You never know, we might be in your city.
Well, their city's Clarksburg, probably.
Not everybody.
Well, is John in North Carolina?
John's in South Carolina.
South Carolina. So we got someone from South Carolina. Right, so we could be going to anybody's town. And I know our first location, we're going to be dealing with witchcraft.
Yes, lots of witches. Michaela said she's read everything about him since that live.
There's a documentary we watched after we did that live. Where did we watch it? Amazon?
Yes.
Do you remember what it was called? He watched the whole thing. I fell asleep.
I can't remember the name of it. I keep wanting to say the Lady Killer.
It might have been
Not Lady Killer, but
No, that was the name of our... I don't know, but it was on Amazon. If you search for his name, maybe Harry Powers or Bluebeard, I think.
I think it was the story of Bluebeard. Something like that.
Yeah. Hi, Bev.
Hi, Bev. How are you?
We're doing the paranormal side tonight. Talking to the psychics of Q2 Paranormal. Did anybody have any questions about the live that we did called Lady Killer? If you do, let us know. We are giving away gift certificates tonight for the crystal side of Q2. Just our way of saying thank you for helping us test out our new stuff.
Yes. We wanted to talk to everybody, let everybody know what's going on, that we're getting ready to take off. Going to be on a bus for a while, hopping city to city.
Mm-hmm. And Miss Olivia here has won a spot in our TV show. So when we make it back around the area, we're going to be hopefully filming with Olivia and Selena. So that'll be fun. Hey guys, Beverly. Hopefully she didn't get it. She should get it tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow?
Because of Thanksgiving.
Because of Thanksgiving, everything's delayed a day. But it should be tomorrow or Tuesday she'll get it, Michaela.
Yes.
Thank you.
I was leaning like this, so it looked like it was coming out of my head.
It was interesting, wasn't it? I remember you and Michaela when we sat down and watched because we always watch ourselves afterwards, because we amaze ourselves with what we come up with. But we were sitting there like, you two were really grilling him. It was hilarious.
We didn't even realize we were answering your guys' questions until we watched it.
Michaela said something like, well, that's what you deserve then. And I lost it. It was funny. But yeah, we had lots of fun. Bev caught a orb.
A couple times.
Mm-hmm. She caught an orb during live. We came up with a lot. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go back because the women involved in the victims, the children, they're still there, and he's still terrorizing them in the afterlife. So they're kind of like stuck with him.
And me and Chelle both agreed. Neither one of us thought that he had any remorse about what he done.
No, he thought it was funny. He thought it was a joke.
Yeah, after watching the replay of it, me and Chelle both kept saying different numbers. He was changing the numbers, and both of us got the same thing. He'd laugh about it like it was a joke, and it didn't matter. He'd just laugh it off. And
yeah,
he admitted to doing it to us. Both of us said he did it multiple times.
Women were telling us that he beat them. One woman told me it took her 9 seconds to die, and that her hands were bound. I heard opera music through my white noise, which anybody that has ever heard white noise in your ears, it's not possible to hear like opera music in it. So, and come to find out in the after research, see, Jolie held back stuff from us, so we didn't know any of this. And come to find out, his trial was at the Opera House in Clarksburg. So I was like, wow, that must be why I was hearing opera music.
Bev, here's my little book for demonology that I use for spirits.
Yes, that's his little book for demonology.
It's different things. I opened it up. It looks like an antique.
My job in the show is to pinpoint the spirits, talk to them, find out what the deal is, basically, if we're dealing with something negative, or if we have, like a residual or an okay spirit. But if we have something that's bad, or we're going to a house and investigate where there's children and it's demonic, then we slide it over to this one here who's been certified in demonology, and he can get rid of them.
I've also been certified in advanced scientific theory for paranormal investigators.
As far as our bodies go, Michaela, we both got that there's still a lot buried that have never been found. And they are trapped there with him, like being terrorized constantly because they are trapped there with him. So we want to go back and we want to release them.
Yes, we don't want anybody stuck in a place like that. Just recycling over and over and over. Nobody deserves that.
No. And the little kids broke my heart. At one point, tears were coming down my face because it was so sad. Because I can actually see them. Like, I don't just feel them or hear them. Like, I can actually see them. And to see that little boy, it just, like, it's going to make me start crying right now. It just made me cry.
It's a little emotional. It's hard to handle sometimes. That's for sure. You gotta really try to keep it together. It makes it tough when you start feeling everybody else's emotions.
Yeah.
It makes you want to break down.
But we had fun. It was awesome.
Yeah. It's a good thing. I mean, we try to help everyone. That's our main goal, is to help. Whether it be a family that's being haunted by something, or a case like that, we're going in and finding this out.
Michaela says, "Oh, I feel he killed a lot more than we know about." Yes, I think you got.
I wasn't quite sure. Like, I was spitting out random numbers, but after we rewatched it, and you guys were asking questions, it seemed like the numbers were about bodies. How many bodies? And I kept getting different numbers, lower, higher, in between, go a little higher than that.
And I got that he was like that because he really didn't know how many he killed. He was just old 17, 20, like, I don't even really know. Did you get that?
Yeah, like, he didn't even care to hide the fact that he done it. It was like he was proud. Both of us, over and over, got that he done it, and he just laughed about it as he told us that he done it.
And we'd hear, I heard women's voices in the white noise. One woman asked for help. So,
They were telling us how that he tricked them and stuff, like sending the letters down into the chamber where they were. Everything, like.
He would actually lower a bucket down, and we, in our sensory depth, I think Chris said something about a bucket, but he would actually lower the bucket down in the hole that he had the women, and he would force them to sign their money in their bank account to him. So he would pull the bucket back up with the signed letter in it, and then go and get their money out of the bank while they stayed and was tortured. I know the little boy, I think Jolie said, had been hit in the head with a hammer.
Him and his sister.
Yeah, him and his sister.
Both to death with a hammer.
Mm-hmm.
That's how sick this dude was. He deserved to be lynched. He got what he deserved. Mm-hmm. Really should have got worse, but
he was tried in the opera house. That's something we found out.
And it's crazy, the opera music she's talking about. We caught it on both of our digital EVP recorders. We caught it on a night vision camera. It was in the live video feed. We heard it, both of us, in the white noise that we were blasting in our ears. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that just goes to show you that.
And we got like a mobster guy too, I think. A Frankie. It was on the property next door. I think you picked him up first.
Bev said, is there any way you can push him to the other side in hell where he belongs?
That would be a question for the demonologist. I can move on those friendly ones, but he's got to...
I can try to push him out, Bev, but there's other things I can do if he doesn't. I have written this book, ways to bind him and bury him to where he will be taken to where he belongs, if I can't just get him to move on and stop torturing the souls that he killed and all that stuff. But try to move him on peacefully first, otherwise I'll have to go into a more aggressive manner to try and bind him and remove him that way.
Mm-hmm. Which he enjoys being there torturing them, so
yeah.
It is very sad, Michaela.
Honestly, we don't think that he's going to go very easy.
Mm-mm.
Because he's way too proud of what he done and all this trickery that he fooled everybody with, and mm-hmm. It's just totally dramatic that somebody could be so heartless.
And I remember there was a woman that kept going like this with her hands to me, like her mouth had been cut or something, and she just wanted me to see the fact that something was wrong with her mouth. And she kept saying, my mouth, look at my mouth. My mouth, look at my mouth. And Jolie revealed to us afterwards that he had actually put lye in the woman's mouth.
Yes.
And that was another thing I came up with in sensory. I said lie, like L-Y-E. I spelled it in my report afterwards, L-Y-E. And at the time I didn't understand it because I thought I was hearing someone say lie down, like go to sleep. But in my head, it was spelled L-Y-E, which is not how you spell lie down. So Jolie said that lie is spelled L-Y-E. What is it? What is lie?
It depends on the form of it. It's acid, period. Mm-hmm. But if you put it in dry, then it just soaks up the body, gets rid of the stink, and deteriorates the body faster to get rid of the evidence. Now, if you mix it with water, it'll burn the skin and everything right off the tissue immediately.
And so Jolie said lie is spelled that way, I think, and the lady had lie put in her mouth. So I think that's who I was connecting with on that.
And then we got Frank, which we found out was a man that worked at the school that burned down, and we had no clue was there. Mm-hmm. Like I said in the video, I'm not from that area. I had no clue there was even a building there. I was just pulled that direction and happened to ask Terry if he knew what was there, because I kept seeing a 2-story building there, and he said that it was an old school.
And I think, and I got a gangster Frankie, because they kept telling him Frankie, come over here, Frankie, like and that kind of thing.
They were all killed as well. Mm-hmm. They were dealt with in prison, got their sentences that way. Mm-hmm.
So, we want to ask you guys, have you guys ever lived in a haunted house? Like, have you ever had a haunted problem? Ghost of any kind? Beverly, I know I've heard your story. Your house is haunted.
Michaela, to answer your question, no, his house has been torn down. There is other buildings in that vicinity, though.
Beverly has a spirit in her house.
I asked her about it a while back, but she didn't say anything. She just gave me a bunch of laughy faces.
She told me the story. Her haunting has personality. That's what I want to say.
Personality?
Personality.
What kind of personality?
You gotta ask
He's
Bev.
not a touchy one, is he, Bev? He doesn't like to touch things, does he?
Do you have a haunting at your house right now, Kim? I would say that's awesome. Yeah, it could be residual too. I mean, it could be friendly. It could be residual. Not every one of them is bad. Oh, well, so that you could, Olivia.
Could very well be. It could be
But
a residual.
It could just be the house creaking and stuff. They do that as they get older. Mm.
Do you guys know how many types of hauntings there is?
Yeah, well, let's make that a contest. You get a $5 gift certificate if you can tell us.
Oh, my, Bev.
I told you. All right.
I'd say that one does have a personality.
Tell us how many, what did he say?
How many types of hauntings there are.
How many types of hauntings there can be, and you win a gift certificate.
Not
for
how
crystals.
many there can be. There's 3 that they strategize.
Okay, 3
me.
Well, tell them, not me.
There's 3 types of hauntings. Do you guys know what the names of them are?
If you can tell us, you'll win a gift certificate. Let me get my little pen out. If you have to Google it, go ahead, Google it. I don't even know the answer.
There's 3 different types of hauntings that they are like predetermined categories. What are the names of those 3 categories? Feel free to Google it.
Mm-hmm. Because I don't know the answer either.
I already know them. I've had to study it. I went through hours and hours.
Well, how about if they could just name one of them? How about we'll do this? Just name one of the 3.
Yeah, one of the 3.
And you win. And we'll make this easy. We'll give away lots of free stuff.
First person to name one of the categories, the actual name of the category of a haunting.
Yes. You win this game. I still don't know the answer.
Tick-tock,
Maybe it
tick-tock,
starts with a...
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Olivia says angry.
No, that's not...
You can't give away the answer if it's not right. Don't give it...
It's not right. Bev, that's on the track. You're both on the same track, but that's not what they...
It's on the right track, but not the right answer, I don't think.
It's hard to really give them a direction with what they said with...
I don't even know. Kim says evil.
They're all on the same track, but... they need to be a little more...
The 3 what?
Types of hauntings.
3 types of hauntings. I'm going to Google that.
Hey, it's right here.
Alright, that's the one I knew. Alright. Ooh, that's a good answer, Olivia.
Great answer, but still not...
Let me give you a hint. If a ghost is in the home, but there's no intelligence there, it's just repeating what it does every day because it's just what it does. There's no interaction, there's no talking, there's no, actual intelligence to it.
By the way, you've all had great guesses.
Yes, that was a really good one, Olivia.
They all have to do with the type of hauntings, but not the name of it.
Olivia said dangerous.
That's still along the same lines, but not quite the name.
Google 3 types of hauntings and see what comes up. I'm just going to help you.
I'll label one of them as the real boogeyman.
The real boogeyman?
But
That's
not the name.
Oh. Okay. Well, alright. Well, let's see.
We've actually mentioned the name of one of them already.
I think that we should give them the ones that said evil, demonic, malevolent. That was a good answer.
Yes.
Because those are non-human, right?
Yes.
Non-human hauntings, which is one of the answers. So, ladies, you have won $5 gift certificate. You might win more by the time we're done. Whoever said evil, demonic, malevolent, that was a good one.
With a non-human entity, the real boogeyman, when you're dealing with one of them, they behave with intelligence, they have self-awareness, they know what they're doing. they're very capable of manipulating, making you feel certain ways, becoming angry. I can go on and on about it, but...
Residual hauntings are the ones that have no intelligence. That's one of the jobs I have when we go to an investigation, is to determine whether there's intelligence there and there's someone that needs help, or it's just a playback of what happened in time. Residual. The earth will actually, and so are your homes actually, they capture the traumatic energy that goes on there, and it just plays it like a record, like a stuck record, all through the rest of eternity. And that's what we call a residual. There's really no intelligence to it.
It's like a movie playing over and over, the
right,
same clip.
A movie playing over and over. That's residual. Ectoplasm is some green stuff. That's on Ghostbusters. Green,
but we caught some in pictures. And
we did.
I caught some that looked like this weird white mist going through.
It looked like a white worm snake thing.
And then we caught another one that kind of looked like a spinal cord would if it was bare, going through the air all around a certain area.
Kimberly has a question. All right.
Go ahead and ask, Kim.
We're listening. Everybody won a gift certificate on that one, by the way.
Yes, all of you had great answers.
Yes.
But it wasn't the actual name, so we're going to give it to you.
And they can't Google her.
Yeah, I understand. They can't leave live.
They have to leave live. So, y'all get one. Everybody gets a gift certificate. All right. We're ready for your question, Kim. They can make themselves known? Yes. Absolutely, they can.
And another thing, that's an intelligent haunting.
That is intelligent haunting.
That would mean that it's human or non-human. Because anything that can interact with you with intelligence would either mean that it was human at one point or demonic of some sort, malevolent prevalence.
And a lot of times when, like, say it's a loved one, like my dad, for instance, he's passed away. If he wanted to get my attention, he wants me to know, hey, I'm still here, I'm going to move this penny, or we had this special song, I'm going to play it whenever you're in the car. They do these things so that you will, a lot of times, just recognize and acknowledge that they're there. And that's why they do those little things. And they do a lot more than you realize. We don't realize that's what's going on. Like even an animal showing up, a butterfly or something like that. That's even a sign.
Kim, what you put up there about things getting moved, lights come on, refrigerator door opening and stuff, that could be a human spirit. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's malevolent, so you don't have to think that's negative. It could be something that's just trying to get your attention, to let you know it's trying to communicate with you.
Yeah, that's what I just
said. I know. I'm just saying. It doesn't necessarily mean it's evil. A lot of people, because things are getting moved and stuff, they automatically assume that this isn't a good thing.
Yeah, and it's more than likely they're just trying to get your attention. And a lot of times they just want the acknowledgement that you know they're there. A lot of times it'll die down if you just say, listen, I know you're here. I know you're here, so you can pipe down now. And a lot of times that works.
Yeah, some of them just want to be recognized as being heard or noticed.
Or some of them have stories to get across, or they have messages to give to their loved ones. That's another common thing.
A lot of times a loved one just does something to get your attention, so you know they're there watching you and they're with you.
Yeah. Michaela said, my mom seen my dad's spirits today on the couch. Wow. I have dreams about my dad once in a while. But they'll come to you in your dreams, you'll see them, like, that's awesome that she got to see him. Most people don't get to see things like that. Some people wish they didn't see things like that.
I have had a dream since I was very young. I couldn't even tell you the age that it started. And it's not a great dream. And it's caused a little bit of fear in my life with certain things, and Chelle knows it.
You're not the only fear. Miss Kimberly is in this room.
No, not just that. Mine is because of this dream is what led it on. It's not that
Well.
But it's been very negative, and it affects me a lot, and I'll wake up sweating.
You gonna tell them?
I've had a dream that a black dog kills me ever since I was probably in diapers. Like, I couldn't even tell you how old it was.
You were having them that soon, huh?
Yeah, like I was very young.
So he has a fear of dogs.
I've always had a dream ever since I was a kid that a black dog grabs me by the throat and kills me.
Now here's Bev's ghost. She's throwing things at her, throwing her cigarettes, threw a picture at her, turned around a chair in her living room. She's a domestic violent ghost.
That's who's Bev?
Beverly's.
Your ghost sounds a little on the naughty side, Bev. She needs put in check.
But I think Beverly's a little on the naughty side. If I had to guess. Yeah, Kimberly says the same. She's terrified. But he has a pit bull for his pet. It doesn't make sense.
And the thing is, I'm not scared of all dogs. She's got a friend that has a black German Shepherd. There is no way I will go to her house because of it. And they say it's the friendliest dog in the world.
Did you see what Bev said?
Yeah, I see what Bev just put up there.
Oh, we love you, Bev.
If you own a black German Shepherd, do not ever expect me to come to your house if that dog is there. I will not come. I refuse.
One of the cool investigations we didn't get to do a live one. You guys didn't get to see. We went to a witch's house in the forest, and it was way cool.
I went there long before we took the team, and thought I was crazy. This is when I first started noticing my abilities. So I took Chelle there first.
Tell them how you tested all the psychics in our group.
How did I test you?
He tested us, yeah.
I didn't tell them anything. They all said, we're looking for a new location to go to so we can do some video footage and let the viewers see a different location. I said, all right, I know a place, but the only way you're going to go there is me take you, and I'm not telling you a thing. I want to see if you pick up the stuff that I did, so I know if I'm crazy or not. So the first person I took was Chelle, and then we took the rest of the team after that. And I didn't take them to both locations. It was a two-part location that was tied together. I took them all to the first place, and then we went as a group to the second. So, come to find out, Chris wasn't crazy. All the years that I thought that maybe there were some loose bolts, there wasn't.
Yeah, so this is how I, like I knew I kind of had abilities, but I was like, yeah, right. But that night is when I realized, okay, you have some abilities, because there's no way I would have known all the stuff that I knew that night. And I was like, okay, well, I blurted out a bunch of stuff. None of it's going to be right. Well, the other psychics in the group went, and they blurted out the same stuff that I blurted out, and they knew nothing about it. So I was like, okay, and that's when I started, like, learning a lot and perfecting it, and, like, practicing, and, like, getting my shit together on it.
I ran across this place hunting. I was actually looking for my dog, and I thought that I saw a woman, and I kept hollering for her. I said, ma'am, have you seen a dog? She didn't answer, so I hollered a little louder. And the third time I hollered, she turned around, and her eyes were glowing like this reddish-orange color. And I just pieced and turned around and left because I knew what I was seeing wasn't actually...
Bev says, I keep telling her I have the advantage. I'm alive and I can exercise her ass. Yes, you always want to stake the control, and you are the powerful one. You have the light on your side. So...
Let me mention one thing to that note, Bev. Always try to be respectful, because giving them that negativity of being aggressive toward them still gives them power. So you want to be respectful and letting them know that.
If it's a demon. But if it's throwing stuff at her, it's not being respectful. So I say your plan, follow through with that. I mean, it's throwing chairs and stuff at her.
Hey, Bev, buy you some Dragon's Blood Sage. We sell it. I promise you'll probably hear some stuff hit the side of your house once you burn this stuff. Open the door, let this thing leave. Close the door. And I guarantee you within a few minutes you'll probably hear something hit the side of your house.
Yeah, we did that. But the witch's house was so scary because we went on a full moon, and it was in the middle of nowhere. It was on the top of a hill in a forest. It was a complete circle. Like, we were seeing a dog with red eyes. It's one of the things I psychically picked up. but we actually saw it with our own 2 eyes, and it had a hideous smell. It smelled so bad, and like every 5 minutes when we were there, you just got this waft of this god-awful smell, and as soon as you would start to smell it, here comes that black dog with red eyes. It was so scary, but it was so cool at the same time. I wish we could have done it live.
Let me tell you guys what happened. We saw this black dog coming up the bank, and I told everybody. I said, we need to back up a little bit. That black shadow dog, or a.k.a. hellhound, is coming toward us in a very aggressive manner. I said, I think we should back up, get into the moonlight where we have a little light around us. And at the same time, one of the other investigators hollered, there's traffic coming, turn out the camera lights so that they're not on camera so we don't get in trouble. As we turned the camera lights out, we realized that the cars were not there. There was nobody else in our vicinity.
No cars whatsoever. Michaela says she used dragon blood today for her house. It's very strong. I recommend only doing it once every 2 weeks. But he loves it.
Don't burn it like I do.
I do regular sage every day, but
when I burn dragon's blood, it looks like somebody let off a smoke bomb inside our house. It rolls out here like the place is on fire.
Beverly says she goes outside. So she goes outside and then comes back in.
If you use the dragon's blood, Bev, if she does go outside, she won't be able to come back in right away. You can use that every couple weeks to keep her outside.
Those of you, Kimberly, you can pass this on to Sammy. Smell like weed.
I don't think that was dragon's blood then, Michaela.
Anybody who has anxiety really bad, like I do, regular sage, you can burn it every day, and it makes the anxiety, like, it kind of like, what's the word I want to say? Dampens it out. And
it kind of mellows it out.
Yeah, it naturally mellows out the anxiety feeling that you have on a daily basis. I burn the regular sage every day. It's fine to breathe it into your nostrils even.
Yes.
And that helps get any evil or negativity out of your body. So
if you have someone there, we recommend having them go around your body, starting at your head, going down to your feet.
Which, where is that crystal I wanted to show them? We're going to make a little crystal appearance. The block of selenite, since he's mentioning cleansing yourself. This is, of course, selenite. I've never showed you guys this, but we have an aura around our body, and it kind of looks like those collars going around my head right there. We all have our own collar around our body. It's our EMF field, and it's our electromagnetic field around our body. It's what we give off because we're... Yeah, it's our aura. But it's what we give off electronically. Our heart gives it off. Our brain gives it off. Anyways, the aura can be cleansed with selenite. It's about that far off of your body, all the way around. You take this is a 10-inch. You take it and you comb, like you're combing your hair, all around, down the front, down the back, down your arms, and it gives your aura a spiritual cleansing and a bath. So if you've ever been in a negative place, like you went to the asylum one night for a ghost hunt, you could have brought something back and you'd never even know. It could bring horrible luck into your life. So every once in a while you might want to cleanse just to make sure. Oh, you can see auras? Awesome. I didn't know that, Michaela. She swings on my porch swing. My daughter saw her 2 houses over on the sidewalk. That scared the shit out of my daughter. Is she old? Does she have, like, gray hair? I mean, is she young?
Has it only been at this house, Beth? Or has it followed you from other houses?
We're going to play another game. I just got to think of what we're going to play.
Okay, that's fine. I'm waiting on Beth to answer my question. I'm trying to help her out here. I love Bev. She's at all of our stuff. She was the first one, I think, in our live for the lady killer.
I don't remember how you came to know us, but I'm so glad that you have.
She kills me. She makes me laugh.
Michaela, everybody. Kim, like, we love you all.
Thank all of you for the love and support you give us. Without it, we wouldn't be where we're at.
No, I'm even going to... they're even talking about writing a book about my story. So, like, we're moving up in the world. Finally.
Bev said it was only at this house.
Only at that house?
Has it been there since you moved in, Bev? Well, Michaela, thank you for introducing her to us.
Yeah, Michaela, thank you.
And Kim, let me read your question here real quick. If it follows you...
It could bring bad luck into your life?
It could... It depends on what it's doing. That's hard to determine without actually an actual incident going on. Because if it is following you, it could be attached to an object. It could be attached to you. It could be attached to someone else in the house.
But also, you may not know that it is. Most people go around, the reason they go to the asylum and stuff is because they don't believe this stuff. They don't believe that they can bring something home with them. You can, I promise. And if they don't know it, it could bring bad luck into your life. It could bring death into your life. They can cause death. They can give you the mindset to kill yourself. I mean, that's the worst case scenario. I'm just saying that it can affect your life like that, and you don't even know. Like, if you go to places that are haunted, let me just give you guys this bit of advice. If you go to a place that's haunted, when you leave, turn and look and say, you must stay here. You cannot follow me home. You must remain here. Always. Because if they follow you home, you may not even realize it.
Bev, you said her husband died in the house. Did she die in the house as well? Yes, Kim, they very well can. Especially if you have some sort of ability that will attract spirits to come to you.
I don't know what side of the family mine runs on it. I mean, but you can have abilities too. A lot of people don't know it. I didn't know it for a long time. But I don't know what side of the family it runs on. So when you have abilities, you're like a lighthouse in a dark ocean. And the light's just turning. And they all see that and realize that you can hear them, and they just attract to you. That's probably the best way to do it. I mean, best route to take.
Well, she's trying to tell you, Bev, you need to buy Cools, not Sonoma.
Alright, we're going to play a little game. Everybody want to play a game? We're going to do a little psychic test game here for everybody. I'm anxious to see the results. I just thought of this. I just created this game.
Awesome.
By the way. I feel like I'm connecting with her, and I think I can even see her, and I'm thinking she did not die in the home.
That's kind of how I felt. That's why I was asking. I felt like she was coming to that house because she's attached to the house looking for someone else. And she's just messing with Bev, having fun.
Yes, definitely think she's having fun messing with you, Bev.
I don't think it's I wouldn't say it's a negative haunting. She's just being naughty. She thinks she's funny, being a jokester. She likes to mess with you. Just so you know she's there.
And she likes to mess with you because she knows you'll mess with her back. And that's part of the fun of it with her. That's what I get anyways. I could be completely wrong.
Well, we both feel that way, so... Like I said, I felt like she was coming to the house looking for someone else. So.
Alright, I just created this psychic test game up in my head. My husband said he thinks she died in the living room, but he's not sure. I'm not thinking she died. No, the one I'm connecting to, I don't think she did. But I could be connecting to somebody different. Alright, this psychic game.
Maybe. Michaela.
I figured you do. Well, that's the thing. She likes to mess with you, and you like to mess with her. So, I mean, she's dead. She doesn't got nothing else to do.
It's like a big game of communication for her.
But if she's throwing things at you, Yeah, that was my bedroom. I wish I still had that picture, but it's been lost in translation somewhere. But I don't know if it's mom's side of the family or dad's side of the family that this runs on, but it runs in families, so. Alright, guys, we're going to do this little psychic test game. And if you win another $5 gift certificate. Okay. I'm going to hold up a card, and I'm going to ask you what it says without knowing what it says. But I'm going to give you two options, and I want you to choose. Don't listen to what anybody else says. Your first thought, comment it. Okay, everybody. If you get it right, you win the $5 gift card. And this is the psychic ability test. Okay.
Awesome. Let's see what they got.
Now, the card I'm holding up right now, tell me if it says blue or yellow on the other side of it. Just your first thought, blue or yellow. Comment it. If you get it right, you win. Does it say blue or yellow? It
says green.
Don't listen to him. Rule number 1, don't ever listen to him.
I told you guys it said green.
Don't listen to him. Okay, is that everybody? Let me show you what it says. Hopefully you can see it. Can you see it?
There you go.
It says yellow. Everybody who said yellow, you won. And it just so happens to be the people I think have abilities. I think Beverly has abilities, though. That's just a warm-up for you, Beverly. But I feel like my cousin has it, and Michaela for sure. Beverly for sure. Now, I haven't talked to Olivia enough to know she could be psychic. But she could be psychic, too.
Hello, right. Valerie.
Hi, Valerie. Welcome. You're talking to the psychics of Q2 Paranormal.
And demonologist.
Oh, demonologist, too. Okay, we're going to do another one. So if you got yellow, you won $5 gift certificate to the Crystal Chambers.
This one says gray.
Don't listen to him. All right, the card I'm holding up, does it say blue, green, or red?
Maybe gray.
This is more difficult. First thought, people.
Your first thought.
Blue, green, or red? What does this card say? Focus on the card.
Think. Relax your mind.
See, this stuff amazes me.
Give you guys a couple more seconds.
Give it a couple more seconds. If you got the answer right, you get another $5 gift certificate. Okay, the question was blue, green, or red. If you said red, give yourself another $5 gift certificate. Michaela, and I know Kim said it.
Yes.
That was a hard one, though. That was 3 options, and Kim and Michaela, you nailed that. So, I'm just saying. Michaela, do you know that you have abilities?
I got a question for them once they're done.
Okay. Well, that should be fun.
Do you know what the first step is that we have to do before we go in to investigate a place? To get our mind right and everything? Can anyone guess what we do?
For another $5 gift certificate.
Michaela said she's always sensed stuff.
Mm-hmm. Talking to Bev, I can tell she has abilities. I would suggest keeping Kim, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm breaking in on this question.
You're fine. I'm looking at their answers.
Okay. He's going to choose a winner.
Anyone else want to guess before I reveal what we have to do?
Bev says blank your mind.
They're all on the right track.
I haven't seen an incorrect answer yet.
It's called ground and center. It's a type of meditation. We relax ourselves.
Oh, she just said relax at the same time you did.
And center ourselves with Mother Earth. So it helps keep the negative energy flowing into the ground and keep it out of us. And
I see Linda in here, I think. Welcome, Linda. I can't either. I have a really hard time meditating because my brain never stops. It never turns off.
I can meditate forever.
He can. He can go down in 5 seconds standing up against the wall, but I can't. It's really hard. It takes a lot of practice. But what do? You do the ground and centering?
I ground and center. Everybody does it their own way. To start with, I see all the negative energy flowing from the top of my head down through my body into the ground, being sucked out of my feet into the Mother Earth, and then I encompass a white glowing light coming in to the center mass of my chest and use it as a...
So that's how you center and ground yourself. It's very useful when you're having a panic attack or something. Me, I'm just slightly different. I do that, but I also have to, part of my meditation, and to get my mind to stop racing, which is what it does all the time because of my anxiety, I have to listen to meditative music in my earbuds. And that's how I get started. I just breathe in 4 times, breathe out 4 times. I listen to the meditation music, and I just get into that zone, and I just start seeing spirits after that.
Who all answered that?
Hi, Linda.
I know.
We'll go back and look.
Yeah.
We'll go back and watch the replay.
There's at least 4 of them.
But Michaela and Kim are batting 100 for 100 on my psychic game. We're just looking to see who all's in there. So,
I thought I saw another question right before this.
Did we miss a question?
That's why I wanted to make sure. Oh, it was Michaela. She said you have to protect yourself.
Yeah. That's where I started getting into the crystals, is from investigating. Like, you really have to protect yourself. Sometimes it's not enough to just go in there with your badass attitude and your demonologist and your Christian background, and sometimes that's not enough. Like,
there's a technique you can use called shielding. You can shield yourself, and once you get good with it, you can shield other people to where negative can stay.
But what I'm saying is sometimes that's not enough.
No.
Sometimes I have to go for crystal protection, like tourmaline or something like that. That's what initially got me into the crystals.
I wear a skull ring on my middle finger on my right hand, and I modified it myself. The eyes of it have peridot in it because peridot will ward off demonic attachments and demons.
And I think that's Kendra's birthstone, and I think it's Bev's birthstone too.
My birthstone.
See how good I am? Like, I know everybody. I know our members.
So we keep that in mind, anybody, if you're going somewhere. That peridot will help with demonic entities. And
Sage will, like, sometime in the middle of investigation, I did it in the tunnel. I see this dog, and it just scares the bejeebus out of me. And I just whip my sage stick out, and I start burning it all around me and wafting it all around. Like, yep. So, yeah, the shielding is definitely important. I don't know. I was going to ask them if they had any questions for us.
That's fine. Go ahead, ask them.
It's getting kind of late, and tomorrow everybody has to go to work, so we wanted to get on and show everybody our Q2 side. When we got this new equipment, we wanted to test out, because, like I said, there's lots of things being thrown at us. TV show, book, now a radio show. So I have to get the equipment and test it all and everything. So I thank you guys for coming in and helping and playing and having a little bit of fun tonight. So I'm Chelle. This is Chris from Q2 Paranormal. Do you have any questions for us tonight before we go?
Kim said you like to share stories.
All right. We're listening, Kim. Go for it.
Well, she said one day.
Oh, one day? Okay. If you don't want to share it tonight, then we'll do it another day. Any questions for us before we go? We're getting on a tour bus, and we're heading to who knows where.
Feel free to ask us any questions. If you have a question about something going on.
If you have a haunting and you need help, it doesn't have to be a part of the show. Like, we can do total confidentiality. If it's something that's anything that has to do with kids, if you know anybody, we can help, and we want to help move. We don't want to just help. We're not doing this for like glamour or anything. We want to actually help people, and not only help the people, but help people like in the lady killer case, where they need moved on. So like, we like to help both sides. We will keep you updated. Thanks, Olivia. I think some of you know you have abilities now, so who knows where you're going to go from there. We love you guys, and we'll keep you updated. Thank you for coming and showing us support. Mwah.
Later, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for all love and support.